Today we're going to be creating chalk pastel glue resist insects. So the first thing that I would like for you to do is decide whether or not your paper is going to go as a portrait or a landscape. And then what we're going to do is down in the bottom right hand corner, I want you to put your name and hour. After you have that, then you can flip it over. And in order to draw our insects today, we're gonna work from a photo image. So it's important that you're gonna go out to Google and you're gonna search a very high resolution image and get a really clear, detailed photo to work from. Once you have that, it's now time to start drawing our insect onto our paper. So I'm gonna do a fly, since we have so many of them in North Dakota this year. And I'm just gonna take some time here, and you'll notice that I'm gonna speed up my drawing here as I draw. But the goal here is that you want to have larger spaces, or at least large enough so that when we put the glue over the top of our lines, which is gonna happen in the next step or in the next part, you don't accidentally have your glue all run together. But you also wanna look closely enough that you get enough details that we can tell what specific insect you're working with. So here we go. Okay, the next step is to add glue, and we're just going to add a little bit of glue on each of our lines. So one little hack for glue, if you would like, you can put a little smiley face on your glue bottle. That way at the end of the day, you can tell the students that they need to make sure that the smiley face is lined up to make sure that the glue bottle is closed. So I'm gonna open it up. The trick here is to not use too much. I also think about like working from the inside out. Now that our glue is dried, it's time to add our chalk pastel. In order to do this, we are going to be using a color wheel. And with our color wheel, we are going to start pulling out analogous color schemes. And we're going to use analogous color schemes that are next to each other on the color wheel because they look good together. So I might start with a red and then maybe an orange or red-orange and a red, violet, or violet, depending on the type of chalk pastels you have. I'm okay if you want to skip one color in between, so it's not a true analogous color scheme, but I'm working with the chalk pastels that I have, so I might choose orange, red, and violet. Another one might be taking a yellow and then maybe taking a green, and lastly maybe grabbing a blue for my final set of my analogous color scheme. Now you notice I picked up another one, so I might be able to shift over and use a true analogous color set just like this example here. So I'm going to get started with my first set and choose those. And my first set is going to be the orange, red, and violet. Then I'm going to take a Q-tip and I'm going to use it to help me blend. I'm going to show you just a couple different techniques. So just to get started, I am going to grab my orange and I'm going to make the highlight area. I'm looking at my photograph and I'm checking to see where the orange should lay. And then I'm going to take my red and do kind of a middle tone and overlap my colors just a little bit. Now you don't have to put a lot of chalk down, just a little bit so that when we go to blend, we're not having piles and piles of chalk. So my purple is going to act as my core shadow. And now I can take my finger for my first method of blending and I can just gently massage the chalk into the paper. Or, which you'll notice you can take off to the side there and just clean your little finger. Or you can take a little Q-tip and you can use it to just kind of swirl in those colors. So for those of you that maybe don't like the feel of chalk, you can use a little Q-tip to fix that and then you don't have to clean your fingers as much. Same rule kind of applies if you need to clean off your little Q-tip. You just go off to the side there and wipe it down on a sheet of paper, or a paper towel works really good as well. Now, I have a bunch of chalk dust on this eye, so what I'm going to do is you can either have a little bucket out in front of you or the garbage can, and you're gently going to tap it into the garbage can or gently into the bucket. You can also do this just on a sheet of paper or on your paper towel, that's fine, but don't blow it into your neighbor's eyes. And then you're just going to repeat this process to cover your entire project so that there's no black showing through except where the glue is. There's also another color scheme that I want to share with you. It's called complementary colors, and that means we go across the color wheel from each other. So when I look at this, I have a yellow and a violet, and they mix to make brown. So I can use like a yellow, a brown, and a violet when I'm working with the body of my little fly here. So when you use this, again, you want to kind of keep the order correct. Otherwise, some of your colors might muddy up and make not the color that you're looking for.